Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And today we're going to have a little trading discussion. Me and my boy Copper Dice. Say hey, Copper Dice.
Hey, Copper Dice.
We did a little blade trade, blade swap, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to kind of give you all our insight on how we went about this trade and what it kind of sounded like, huh? Because me and Copper Dice, we always trying to haggle each other for certain blades, and you know, he liked something that I got, and you know, we got to catch each other on a good day. He knows if he catches me on a good day, he can get pretty much anything from me, and pretty much the same goes with him. So the first one that we hashed out, it was this first, huh? These were kind of side items, right?
No, that was always I always was going to give that up for these, and then you kind of talked about that one.
For a while, you know, he always had this one on the Anthem on the table for the Small and Cosi. And, at first I wasn't really in love with this knife until he had loaned it to me a while back for about a month or so.
Yeah.
And I really grew to like this knife. And this knife, once I got my large in Cosi, it just wasn't getting carried at all. So it's a no-brainer, the price, if you really looked at the price difference, this one costs more than this one. But, he got a good deal on this one. So they basically...
Yeah, no, it's not good when your friend knows how much you paid for something.
Yeah, he can't get over on me because I know exactly how much he paid for this. So we both knew that the trade wasn't exactly equal if we did the exact value of these, because these are both, they were pretty new. So we both had to sweeten the pot. And this is the Kershaw Blur Mass Drop exclusive that Copper Dice caught me on a good day, and he wanted a good work knife, and he got it out of my hands. But
for a good price.
Yeah. No, he definitely, it was he bought this one from me, and he always does me right whenever we always hook each other up. And the day after I sold him this knife, I regretted it. And I know everybody's had that before. Have you done that, dude? Have you sold the knife and you're like, man, kind of like you almost got rid of your Sleece Bowie?
Yeah.
You would have regretted that one. I know you would.
I don't regret any that I've done so far, but because I usually, if I did regret it, I done bought them back.
Now, I'll tell you right now, if there's a knife, like, for instance, this Blur right here, if it's one that I'm not 100% sure I want to trade, it's only going to go to Copper Dice, because I do know if I want it back, or if I want to have a chance to get it back, the only chance is if me and him do the trade, because, if he gets tired of this knife and I want it back, I know I can either buy it back from him or make a trade, and that's how I got lucky on this. And I wanted this guy back really bad, and he wanted another good work knife, because this was going to be his work knife, his S30V Blur. You wanted to try out the Hap 40, right?
And he knows that if it's something I haven't tried out yet or got to carry yet, that he could pretty much get me for it. So, I like to experience new knives.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like any average knife nut, something new and something that uncharted territory that you never experienced before. It's appealing, and it may only be appealing for you for a little while, or it might turn out to be the coolest knife you've ever seen or experienced. So the deal with this one is I bought 3 different Hap 40 knives. I got the Stretch, which, if you had known the Stretch, it's not the prettiest knife in the world, but the ergonomics on this knife
are great.
Awesome, huh?
Right.
Awesome ergonomics. So I bought this knife. I bought the Delica in Hap 40, and I also bought a Man Bug in Hap 40, which he's trying to get out of me.
We're negotiating that one.
He's already trying that one to work. This one's also really smooth for being backlock. I mean, not a lot of backlocks can I do that with. And I
have seen not much use to it. So
yeah, this before we did the trade, this knife had not been used at all. The reason for it is because, like I said, I bought 3 knives in Hap 40. I wanted to try out Hap 40, see if I liked it. And I had bought this one first, and they were all kind of out of stock, but I found Hap 40 Delica at my local store, and that's really what I wanted, because I like the Delica like the Delica, but I hate the VG10, and I want to try out something new. I've already had the ZDP one, so I got the Hap 40 Delica, and right away I started customizing that one, and I knew that one was going to be the one that I actually liked. So then this one was on the chopping block, and I love the knife. I still wasn't sure or not. So like I said, the person that it goes to is Copper Dice, because there's always future. He usually, if he gets rid of one that he traded or bought from me, he usually asks me before, hey, you want to buy it back before I sell it to somebody? He's a good dude like that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what made me get rid of this Benchmade. And absolutely nothing.
I was about to say.
Pretty damn awesome. I love a good Benchmade knife, and the crown spine is what I'm attracted to.
Everything about that knife is on you, but I think the real thing is, dude, and it was kind of both things. I wanted him to experience a Chris Reeve knife. He could probably, he always knows, like I said, if he really, really wanted that back, and, it'd probably take him a lot of haggling, but he'd probably still be able to get it back. But I knew the way he likes, he likes precision, and he likes, to fiddle with stuff.
Yeah, but how many times have I grabbed that out your knife?
Oh, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And tried it out.
100 times.
Yeah.
And he was always like, hey, why don't you let me take this one home? Why don't you let me borrow it? Now, I'll tell you what, Copper Dice, he can work some magic on smoothing up a knife, and he's done a great job with that. I didn't really fiddle with this knife that much because, like I said, once I got the large, I knew this one wasn't going to get carried much, so I knew it was going to be on the chopping block. And I don't know, did you realize you could use this as a front flipper?
Yeah, I thought.
Like, this is one cool thing about
but I could open it.
About the small. You can do it with the large too, but being the small's got a lighter blade, that exposed tang right there. You can use it to roll the blade open like that. Pretty cool. Just a little side feature. Definitely a great knife.
Right, it's a great knife, and I hope nobody gets mad. None of the Chris Reeves fans get mad. It took 2-3 days for me to really appreciate the tolerances and the quality in all that everybody already knows. Because this one is small, and I kept getting my finger stuck on the light bar, and it was getting hard with the sharp kind of thumb stud.
Yeah, that's one thing.
But once I understood where to put my fingers and all that, I fell in love with it.
That's one thing that.
And then it's got my crown spine.
Yeah, they do probably one of the best crown spines in the production business, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Now, this one's done really well too. I don't know if you can see that, but that one's done really nice. They've done. It's like, though, you can see Chris Reeve almost like polish it. They polish it almost. Right. They got a really, really cool. I love their stone wash. It's very, very unique. You can see that polish, and this one's pretty close, but just definite cool knives. So how do you feel about the trade? Was it how you felt? Yeah. Or did it wear off? Or
I haven't looked back. I'm still on the honeymoon with both of them, and both of them been in my pocket since we made the trade, actually.
Same here. I've been carrying this one a whole lot because, being that I've already borrowed this from you, I got my thoughts. I'm pretty set on being able to give a good, honest review on this one. I've noticed I used it really heavily for my daughter's birthday this past weekend. And I found a few small minor hot spots and just a few little things that, you notice whenever you use a blade a little bit harder than, that you normally would. And it excels in a lot of spots, and a few things to kind of let down, but I'm definitely happy with the trade. The only thing that this knife for me, probably gonna have to do something about the dong pocket clip because, let's just face it, dude, that looks like a dong.
Yeah, a weirdly shaped dong.
Yeah, my dog was looking at it, and he looked at his for a little while, looked at that, looked at his, and he said his was bigger. So, each their own. So he was helping me. He was reviewing this knife. He gave it a lick test, smell test, and taste test.
I don't know about that, but did you ever think about how lucky you are to have such a handsome-looking knife collecting neighbor that you can do this with?
Yeah, I definitely value my friendship. He knows that. Me and Sam, You know, it's so nice to meet somebody, you know, or become friends with somebody that is into the hobby as much as you and that lives by, you know, because a lot of my friends that, you know, that I've made through Instagram and YouTube live in different states or across the shock, you know. So it's nice to be living close. So that's just our thoughts. We just wanted to kind of discuss our trade and how we go about doing our trades. Let us know if this type of thing's interesting to y'all. If y'all like to see these type of videos, we just like to throw this camera on when we're having knife discussions. So hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day.
Comment and see who won on this trade.
Yeah. Who do y'all think came out on top on this trade? The values are pretty close. We did the math and values are pretty close. Now I will say right now, regardless of who might have won, it's up to the person how they feel about it. You know, this could have been a $100 knife and this could have been a $50 knife. But if it's a knife that truly made me happy and I didn't have the money to buy those other knives, then
I done made a lot of decisions regardless on price just because I wanted it.
Oh, same here. Well, we'll wrap it up. We don't want to make it too long. Hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.